everyone, and welcome to a very unique and special episode of Eagle Hour today. I'm in fact not in the UK. I am in fact in Kenya, Masai Mara. And my special guest today is actually the reason why I'm in Africa. He is a world-renowned and respected wildlife photographer and wildlife writer. He's a Nikon school tutor in Queensland, Australia, and has travelled the world with his photography, receiving awards from his spectacular images. He has also published hundreds of articles, including Australian Geographic, Wildlife Australia, and BBC Wildlife. Let me introduce you to Mr. Michael Snedic.
The Eagle has landed.
Hello, Michael.
Great to be here on Eagle Hour.
Oh, thank you for coming on. I think we're going to have a really interesting chat about Kenyan wildlife and your history.
Most definitely, most definitely. Would you like me to start?
Yeah, what started your passion?
So when I was very young, my mother tells me the story where I grew up. It would, in the early days, when I was 2 or 3, it would get to minus 20 degrees, freezing cold, and I would be sitting in a corner. And I would have droopy lips. Mum would say to Dad, come on, you know what to do. And they would dress me up with the beanie and the gloves and the warm jacket. Dad would put me on his shoulders and we went outside. And from the instant I was outside in nature, I smiled. And now at the ripe old age of 60, it feels the same. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And at school, when I was in school age, I was part of the Gould League bird lovers. I did bird watching.
Yeah.
I kept finches many years ago and was president of the Finch Society of Australia. I used to do a lot of hiking. I really loved insects as well, and I had all types of ant farms, and I'd go looking for cicadas and frogs. Yeah. And it's been a passion of mine and something that I love dearly, and thought to myself, wouldn't it be great if I could end up working and that my career would end up being in nature, in the wild, and at the same time sharing my passion, my joy for, with wildlife and, of course, photography.
Yeah, oh, that's incredible. And you said you were keeping ant farms. Was that for the finches?
No, that was just something that I was interested in. I used to look at how they'd build their tunnels, and the queen, she'd be looked after by all the workers, and it was just fascinating. It was really just me being interested. I did keep mealworms though.
I have a mealworm farm.
You do?
Yeah.
And who gets the mealworms?
Well, no one yet.
Yes.
But I'm hoping to get a pet jumping spider for my birthday. So hopefully the little ones for the jumping spider.
Cool. So I bred mealworms and I had my finches, and what we would do, Dad and I, twice a year, we'd go out and we'd find eucalyptus trees, branches, just cut them, put them in the aviary. We'd made it look natural. We had running water, and then we'd give them mealworms, which the bird loved, especially when they're feeding their little chicks.
Okay.
And it was always something that I really loved, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then years later, not for a career, but something I really wanted to do, I became a bird keeper at the renowned Taronga Zoo.
Oh.
So, and I ended up looking after birds of paradise, Connie and Bruce, the tame sibling condors that I used to play with a rabbit or a rat, and we'd play tug of war.
Cool.
I know. And many years later, I found out that they weren't siblings. They were actually two separate, but at the same age. They bred, and their youngster is used in the free flight bird show at Taronga Zoo in Sydney, which is really cool for me to see and go, I remember your parents, which is great. And I loved hiking. I loved bird watching. And then basically 30 years ago, I ended up working at Lamington National Park. It's World Heritage listed.
Yeah.
It's in the Gold Coast hinterland. It's a 26-kilometre drive.
Yeah, that's
straight up to the mountain. You've been there.
Yeah,
you went
we
there.
have been there.
Of course. And I ended up working there as a guide, an eco tour guide. Yeah. and I met a wonderful man called Glenn Trelfo. And Glenn is a renowned wildlife documentary maker, photographer, and I guess he saw a passion in me and he said, "Do you want me to be your mentor?" And of course I said yes.
Yeah.
And we would trek around, we'd set up towers, hides, we just did all sorts of things so that you could be there without the birds, without the animals knowing that you were there.
Oh, that's lovely.
Which is really, really cool. And if I may, I'll just share with you my first ever project was something that people still think, are you serious? And it's real. I have witnesses. I sat in a bird hide for just short of 7 weeks every day to photograph a displaying Albert's lyrebird.
Oh.
And that is one of the very rare birds. We've got 2 types of lyrebirds in Australia.
Yep, the
Do you know them?
superbs
Yes.
and the Alberts.
Correct. And Lamington National Park is part of what they call the scenic rim. It's like a volcanic shield volcano.
I see.
And within that 100-kilometre range, that's where they live, nowhere else in the world, and none in captivity anywhere in the world.
That's crazy.
So there'd only been 2 people that ever photographed it. And it took me a long, long time, and that was my learning curve.
Yeah.
And eventually, his name was George, and he's George, very famous lyrebird. And he was there, and he displayed, and I had 3 flash units set up with diffusers, camouflaged, and I took a shot, and I thought George would run away. Yeah. And I swear George was thinking, you've waited nearly 7 weeks for me. I'm not going to run away. And he kept going. And I got another shot, and he kept going, and I got another shot. And that was such a special moment for me.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. And then 12 years later, with a lot more experience, a professional photographer, I went back and I did it again and became the first person in the world to do it twice, digital and film. And, it's a really special moment. So I guess my passion for wildlife, nature, the environment's always been there. And the idea was never to make money from it. It was really just to be out there and capturing wildlife and fungi and insects, an incredible landscape like sunrises, sunsets, just to show family and friends.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, how can I make a little bit of money to buy some camera gear? And then I started writing articles for magazines, as you mentioned earlier on.
Yeah.
And I started teaching a few people. And it all just kind of went from there. And then I decided to, so basically 30 years nearly of photography.
Whoa.
And 21 years of running tours in Australia and around the world as well.
That is super cool.
Yeah, and I do love what I do.
Yeah.
And it's something I can see your passion is amazing. You love, I've been here with you on safari every day, and I'm just watching this unbridled joy that you have and your knowledge. And I'm thinking you are doing this because you love it.
Yeah.
You enjoy it. I have not seen this. It's really, really special, Jamie, and you should be really proud. And, parents are encouraging you and just watching you fly. And you just laugh and you beam and you're excited. And I'm learning more from you than I am from some of the guides.
Oh, wow.
Your knowledge is fantastic. So I'm going back home to Australia. Once we leave our safari together, I'll be going home and telling my wife back home saying, oh my goodness, I've learnt more on this trip than I have on any safari. So what about you, Jamie? How's it been for you?
Oh, it's just been such an incredible experience because it's my first time coming to Africa.
Yes.
I've always wanted to come here,
Yep.
but just due to how much wildlife they have. And then it's my first time seeing a cheetah in the wild. It's my first time seeing everything in the wild because usually we see like at zoos and stuff because we can't come out.
Absolutely.
But the opportunity to be able to come here is just incredible. Thank you for thinking of us.
So welcome.
To come here. I've enjoyed every single second of being here.
Look, I think thank you. That's great. And I can see the joy, obviously, as I mentioned. And, if I can go to a particular moment where we met, and I think that's important. And I had heard of Jamie Smart, and I had seen, Eagle-Eyed Girl, on Instagram. And I thought, this really amazing, enthusiastic young lady who's winning all these awards. And next thing you know, I won an award. I was a finalist for the Crikey photo competition that Robert Irwin runs.
With a bowerbird.
Yes, thank you. The satin bowerbird in front of his bower.
Yeah.
And I then saw photos from yourself. I thought, you've won the youth category. And then you also won the People's Choice category. And finalists,
Yeah.
a couple of some finalists as well.
Yes.
And
it was 2 highly commended.
highly commended.
Yeah. And there was 16 shortlisted they put in the gallery.
Yes.
And we weren't expecting that.
I
Not at
know.
all. And we turned
It's
up
so cool.
and it was just this long line saying Jamie's.
I know. I saw that. And I guess for me, the minute I met you with Mum and Dad, we were there when we were chatting.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, this is just really, really special. And for me, somebody who's a heck of a lot older than you, but I just really genuinely loved the fact that you're the young, up and coming naturalist, conservationist, photographer, and you're the future. I just wanted to be in my own little way to try and help. And I remember that I said to you guys, we'll spend a day in. Do you want to come up? We went to a wildlife park.
And we did see bowerbirds.
We did. That's first the wildlife park. Then we went up to, it's called Mount Glorious. And that's in the the Brisbane hinterland. And there was wampu fruit doves around. There was the satin bowerbird. Do you remember some of the names? Eastern whipbird.
Yeah, we had the fantail.
Yes. There was the Rufus fantail.
Yeah, that was it.
Eastern yellow robin.
Yeah.
It was just, there was the Basian thrush that runs along the ground.
Yes, the buzzing thrush. What else did we see?
There was the little wrens. We could hear that.
Cute.
Yeah, I know. And so many more.
And we had a hawk fly over. I remember there was a hawk and it had like a thrush in its talons going over. I remember that part.
But I mean, and then of course, a friend of mine who is a really kind soul who gives up so much of his time, Mike, and he looks after young wallabies and sugar gliders.
Never forgetting that day.
I know, and he was stoked. He just said, "I've got to meet Jamie," and obviously you were there with these babies, and you enjoyed that as well.
Yep, feeding the little squirrel glider.
Oh gosh.
And
what I love is they work towards slow releasing them back into the wild. And for people that may not know, this is the reason they're being looked after. They're not bred in captivity, but unfortunately their mums get killed.
Yeah.
Cars run them over. They get caught in barbed wire, all sorts of things. And then these carers like Mike and others, they are wonderful. Yeah. And I've got to know them. And I even went out on a koala rescue. There was a koala, with him. I helped, and it was just magic.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, so, and I guess from there, and, there was an opportunity. I'm here. I've been running tours, as I said, for 21 years and all over Africa, including Kenya, including the Mara. Yeah. And I've decided, people say to me, what's the greatest wildlife location on earth? And it didn't take me long to think. And I thought, you know what? It's the Masai Mara. It's the greatest wildlife show on earth. And the unbelievable numbers, the variety, the close proximity. And Jamie, you and Mum and Dad, you will understand. Like, you guys were blown away.
Yeah,
Can we just go to the first day? Half a day.
Half a day, half a day.
What did we see in photograph in just half a day? First half a day.
The first thing we saw was a leopard.
Yep.
And then we had pied kingfisher.
Yes.
We had a bee eater. I'm still looking for more bees.
Yes.
And we had the Egyptian goose.
Yes.
And we did see cheetah.
We did. No.
We did see lions.
There was a cheetah eating.
Yes.
Was it a young impala or a gazelle? It was young.
It was gazelle.
Might have been a young gazelle, and it had blood on its face. And
that
you got down really low, and you got that.
Yeah.
And keep going.
No, I was just talking to it. Come on, turn your head in 3, 2, 1, and then you have to wait like another minute. And then it'll turn his head, but only for a brief second. Then back.
Yes.
Can you turn it again? I did get that.
Yep. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And the big three, the big three of the big cats, the lions.
The lions as well.
Yep.
And we had 2 males, am I right?
Yes.
And we were driving to get the one male.
Yep.
And Mum spotted the other male.
Yes.
That was literally so close.
I know.
It was incredible.
I know.
But this morning we did have some other close encounters with the lions, didn't we?
We did.
We had, I'm trying to count how many, I think it was around about 3
Yes.
times, maybe.
It's actually a pride of 6 boys.
What?
And they've
we
now-
did see quite a few.
I know, and they've now come to live. They've moved, and they're finding their females, and now they're mating a lot at the moment, and they've got their own pride. They just came straight, and
literally
eyeballed
did.
you. It eyeballed you.
It eyeballed you as well.
I know, and we could have put our hand out.
I know.
People can't believe it.
You
People,
literally my
know,
arm's
I
length
know.
away from, and it just stared at us for
Yeah.
like a second and then walked off. And there were some people, weren't there, that didn't have quite the same experience as the
No.
lion.
I know.
Had a toilet on the truck,
I know.
which is cheeky of him.
The thing which people don't understand, I've been to Africa, as I said many times, to Botswana, Tanzania, Namibia, Sabi, south of Kruger, Madagascar. It's all been wonderful. And of course, Kenya, I just keep coming back to.
Yeah.
But I learned very early in the piece, I learned the fact that when you're in the vehicle as a whole, the lion, the cheetah, the leopard, they
Yes.
don't bother. You are there, but as soon as if you were to hop out, okay, we've got a
Yeah,
problem.
I wouldn't want to hop out.
No, but imagine, like, honestly, I was watching you and you were so chilled.
Yeah.
And it was there. It was honestly 3 meters
Yeah.
and just come and then straight past. And I did a video just on my phone of Dad's reaction, your reaction, your beaming. And it's been magic as well.
It has.
Yeah. We all know of the big 5 and the cats.
And the small 5.
Yes. Yes. The ones that have blown our minds the last few days that I have not even seen in years and years.
Okay. We had batted fox.
I know. A rare one as well.
Our guide Udo spotted it.
Yep.
I don't know how he spotted it.
I know.
Because it was starting to get dark. The rain was coming in. And there's just this fox there. And you said at the beginning of the trip that, and we've only been in for, 3.5
days. I know.
And the battered fox was there, just looking at us, lying down. And I loved its massive ears.
I know.
So cute.
So fabulous.
Yeah.
And another thing that I really enjoy seeing, and so few people do this, but tell everyone about what you've been doing with the insects.
Yep. Well, last night we were coming out from another incredible dinner meal.
I know. Yes.
They're spoiling us, really.
They are. Our bellies are getting bigger.
But we came around and they had some lights on, and there was the tent sheet right next to the light.
Yes.
And that attracted moths and praying mantis.
No.
But we think, okay, we're really, really tired. We're going to get up early tomorrow morning. Let's just get back, have some rest, do it tomorrow night. They might still be there. And then we were coming around one of the corners, and there was this cockroach that must have been that big, maybe. It was chunky.
But you know what I think is so cool? How many people get excited about a cockroach? Come on. And it shows it's nature, insects, wildlife, just everything. It's so beautiful to see.
It is beautiful.
Because most people will just it's a cockroach. Or back home, they spray it with insect spray. And I'm watching you like you're getting excited over crickets and cockroaches and locusts and moths and I'm just thinking, wow, this is really. And we had a stop today, a bit of a stop for a while.
Yeah.
And there you were. You were there in what was it? The locust.
Yes, our guide had found a locust, and I still don't know how he found that. That was so camouflaged as well.
They're very good.
It was like, what is he pointing at? Oh, that.
I know. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And you've got a really good setup too, haven't you? You've got a setup with really good lenses, the good camera, the system, but also, what's the name of that hood?
Cygnus Tech diffusers.
Oh, yes.
The best, honestly. Brendan does such a good job with his diffusers.
Fantastic.
They are just number one that I go to for macro photography.
Are you able to explain briefly what it does?
So what you have is we use the OM1 Mark II body.
Yes.
And then we have a 90mm lens.
That's
or
the
60mm.
dedicated macro lens. Yeah.
Yep. It depends. In Britain, we have 90mm because the bugs are smaller. Here, we had to change to 60mm because the bugs are...
Yes.
Same in Australia. We did not have the OM set up then. But I think we would have got some even more incredible pictures
But,
with the OM setup.
wow.
So another
Yep.
excuse to go back if we
Absolutely.
can.
And then that diffuser.
Yep. So we have a little speed
Yep.
light,
Yep.
and then the diffuser actually attaches to the speed light, and there's a little. I think they call it pull rings.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And that goes on the lens
Yes.
to strap it all together.
Yep.
And what happens is when the flash fires,
Yep.
it funnels down the diffuser and hits the diffusing material.
Yes.
And that spreads the light
I
around the
know.
insect.
Isn't it magic?
Yeah.
Not that particular variety, but I've been using them for 30 years. I've been photographing 30 years. And honestly, you can go out and
Yeah.
for people that are interested, even young people interested in macro photography, they think, oh, the light's a bit harsh, or you can do it any time of the day because that
Yeah.
lovely diffusion and you can use flash. We call it fill flash.
Yes.
And you get this gorgeous lighting. And it means you can also hold in lower lights.
Yep.
as well.
Definitely.
Which is great.
Yeah, especially in Britain because the weather is never usually that sunny
I
or
know.
bright. So if you're able to control your own light, it's
Yes.
even better.
I know. Fantastic.
So yeah, we got the
But-
cockroach, and then we think, right, we've got the macro set, so we might as well go back.
Yes.
There was one moth there that had like a V-shaped wings like that. and
Yes.
incredible little face.
Yep.
But and I was struggling to get the correct angle, and it flew off before I got
yeah,
it.
but
I never came back.
but there's so much. There's
yeah.
so much opportunity. I mean, I think everywhere you turn, there's something. So, Jamie, when I offered you guys the opportunity, to come here, and which is great, and it was only a few months, and we made it happen, and I really, really wanted to for you and Mum and Dad to have this opportunity, but compared to what you expected, what you expected compared to what you've experienced, tell me, how is it? The same, better?
Okay, if you had a gauge, so 1 to 10 excitement modes, that's probably going to be through the whole trip and beforehand, it was probably over the maximum of the gauge that it could go.
Wow. Wow.
So if it was up to let's say 10, it was 20.
That is brilliant. I found it really, really lovely. I'd be messaging either Mum or Dad, and they, Mum would say, "Oh, Jamie's so excited," and I'm allowed to say this, Jamie. You didn't even sleep the night before in Nairobi.
No, I didn't.
Because you were so excited. And then I went to the airport. I'd been here a week, of course, and at another camp and doing some research to look at new locations for my wildlife tours. But I remember, and I was excited. The plane, Air Kenya, it flew, and there were 2 planes. And the first one emptied, and I'm like, okay, they're not there. They've got to be on the second one. And 3-4 people walked out, and I'm thinking, okay, hope they're on it. And then I saw your dad, I think it was, and then your mum, and then you, and you just couldn't, I talk about it being like a Cheshire cat. You're smiling. Your jaws must be hurting.
Yeah.
And I say this with utmost honesty. Having been many, many years, many times all over Africa, and loving it, but what we have experienced and photographed in 3.5 days is mind blowing. Jamie, I've been told that you have this insane. It's like you're the wildlife whisperer. And I heard this, and I'm thinking, okay, yep, I know your parents are proud of you, and I heard the story, but wow. You're my lucky mascot. And please, we've got to go back. The eagle, you wanted to see the fish eagle.
I did.
And what happened yesterday?
Well, I think it was the first time we had breakfast out in the bush.
Yes.
I heard the eagle.
Yes.
It's got I might blow out the mic if I do it. Because they are one of the loudest birds on
I know,
earth. What's
they
Dad
are.
pointing at?
Yes.
What? What did you just say? Are you kidding me? There's a fish eagle? Are you kidding me?
That is Jamie, you've done it again. What is going on?
I don't know.
What is going on? Okay, we've got it. And then
okay, I'll carry on. That's incredible.
Wow,
He was listening in. He thought, when's my role coming?
That's
I
so
know
cool.
now. And I saw a shadow on the floor.
Yes.
I just thought, it might be a raven or something.
Yes.
No, not a raven. Okay. Anyway, yes. So I heard the call, and it was very far away.
Yes.
And we didn't find it that day.
Yep.
And the next day, we heard it even closer.
Yes.
2-3 times.
Yep. And your ears pricked up.
Yeah.
You knew the sound.
And we heard it. We saw it right in the distance when we were looking for elephants. But then yesterday, 2.
Yep.
One on a dead tree and another on another dead tree. And we were there. It was up there. It was soaking wet because it just been hammering down. And there was a lucky bug in our car because he was keeping dry and he was there.
I know. It was pretty cool. But it was only a storm, as happens.
Yeah.
You know, you just get the odd storm, it blows away. And then after we rolled up the plastic again, and then fish eagle.
The fish eagle. And Dad was trying to get a bit of video. I got some photos. We turned the camera off.
Yes.
And then it did it. It called when all the cameras were off.
Yes.
So we missed it, and he did not call again when we were trying to get more video of him and photos.
Yes.
He did not call again, but it was just seeing him.
I know. And you've had certain other requests, and they just keep happening. And you are my lucky charm. And I've had a chat with Mum and Dad, and I think I might have to get you to come along on other tours.
I'm happy to.
I know.
I'm booking.
And you're my
ready.
You're my wildlife whisperer. It's really, really cool. I was talking, obviously to my wife Dina, and saying, "Gosh, I've met this amazing family, this joy, this young lady who's so passionate." And I could see. I'm not comparing, but as a young child, I was so much, as you know, in love and joyful about nature, wildlife. And I thought, oh wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm in the vehicle with you guys every day, and it's just so wonderful, Jamie, because really it's just you. It comes out of your pores, it's just so refreshing. And for me, this trip's been a joy, and just watching and you know, and your knowledge. Oh my gosh, you know, like you're there, you'll sit up, you change, you do this, that, you change apertures, it's just fabulous. And you keep, and you'll show me photos, and you'll show our guide, and you just keep nailing it. It's absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Really, really happy.
What's your favorite animal that you've seen on this safari that we've been on so far?
Gosh, look, I obviously love the cats. I mean, and I've seen them many times, and many different experiences. Yeah, there's Mo the cheetah. And look, I had a lovely experience a week ago, and we just got to a cheetah. A leopard.
Oh.
No, a leopard. I remember now, a leopard who literally as we got there, it walked out from under a tree. It had killed an impala, dragged it up the tree, and it went up, and I got the silhouettes. It was like, wow. And then, of course, went back a few more mornings, and we weren't really successful. But that's the thing. You never know what you'll get.
Yeah.
You'll never know what you see. But I would love the people watching this podcast to hear how many animals were on your wish list to see before you came over.
56 different species.
56.
I didn't even put down all the herbivores.
Now, roughly how many already?
Yesterday, we came across 54 different
That's in one
species.
day.
That's in one day.
Yep.
The half day that we arrived,
yes,
we had 24.
24, I remember,
species. The one after that, it was like 40-something or 30-something.
Isn't it incredible?
And I haven't even counted today. So different species in total, I'm not too sure, but I will be adding it up soon.
So apart from finding new species, do you enjoy going back and trying to get better shots?
Of course.
Of ones? Yeah, it's fabulous.
You never get tired of seeing an impala or a gazelle because in the UK you don't get to see them. So it's precious when you see them here in their natural habitat, enjoying the amazing flora and fauna that are here that are luscious for them. And then you have the cheetahs that come to get the weak ones to keep the herd sturdy, but also to feed themselves. And you have the massive elephants
with their families.
Leather trunks. And cattle egrets along with them to clean off parasitic
symbiotic relationship.
Which
is brilliant.
Yeah.
And I think for me, even though I've photographed so many elephants and so many zebras and giraffes and, all the cats many, many times. I'm getting excited. Because every time is different. Every opportunity is different. Do a wide shot. Grab a silhouette.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I have to go. Did we blow our minds yesterday morning with the giraffes at sunrise?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that was
if you want to
special.
explain, that was truly amazing.
Yeah, that was because we saw the giraffes in the distance.
Yep.
The sun was rising up because we were with the zebras.
Yes.
But we moved on because we
Yep.
had a gamble to see if we could get anything else. We saw them there. We got out, and they were just walking across the sun.
Yes.
And I've got one when it looks like the sun is it's carrying the sun on its neck.
I know.
When actually, obviously, it isn't.
But just seeing that, and people may not realise with the silhouette, if you're down lower and they're on the horizon, and the giraffe shape is very distinct. It's like an elephant as well.
It is.
And then to have that fiery sunrise. And once again, your magic. You remember, I was here for a week. We did not have a great sunrise sunset. It was a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Jamie Smart arrives, and guess what? The sun. And the sun and the orange background and the giraffe, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So that alone, I thought that was really, really cool.
It was.
Experience.
And then we moved on for a little while from the giraffes to try and see something else, maybe for the sunrise.
Yes.
Secretary bird on top of a tree.
I know. And we did that as well.
Photographed that, and it was preening. And they stamped
and all
on
those
snakes.
feathers blowing around in the wind.
Yeah.
They're cool. I like them. They're one of my favourites.
Yeah, they are. They are definitely fascinating birds.
And what about? I'm going to name a few other birds. What about the hoopoe, the African hoopoe?
Oh yeah, I think it must have flown over the track while we were driving.
Yep.
Because it felt like it was where that camera was.
And the light was coming through its
that
feathers.
way.
It's got this crest.
Was.
Oh, I just love them.
I was just waiting for the crest to come up.
Yep.
But because it's such a small bird, people might not realise how small it actually is.
I know. And they're gorgeous. They're lovely.
They are. They're little sweethearts. I like to call them sweet peas because
I know.
they're tiny.
It's sweet. It is.
And because of the grasses,
Yep.
there can become problems like we have with the cheetahs sometimes.
Yes.
And it put up his head and it didn't focus on it focused on the grass, not the hoopoe.
Oh.
But I get it. Half up. Half up is enough for me.
Good.
Half up.
Good on you. And for me, a bird I've photographed many times, but a real highlight, the lilac
Breasted.
roller. For anyone that doesn't know them, they are the most unbelievable, beautiful bird.
They are.
They're the symbol of Kenya. I was told that by our guide today. And the colours, the translucent aqua, blue, green, pink, lilac. It's wonderful. And getting shots flying and different, just magic. So I think and when you look at Kenya, when you look at the Masai Mara, and for me, of course, becoming and really one of my favourite places, which is why I'm basically going to be specialising, doing a lot more here, because I've been all around the world and I'm very fortunate to Antarctica, to Arctic, to the subantarctic, Russian Arctic, India. I've had an amazing time and taken guests all around the world. But when I get asked that question, it brings me back to the Mara.
Yeah.
And you can go to a wildlife park or like a zoo, open plain in Australia. I worked obviously a long time ago. I mentioned at Taronga. Well, they also have Taronga own Western Plains Zoo. And you can go out, you can drive through, and you've got them in little sort of areas that are open.
Yes.
But here it is totally in the wild. This is no zoo. This is no wildlife park.
Yeah.
And the views that we get and the angles that we get, and how good are the guides getting us into position. Our
guide has just been perfect for getting us in the correct animals and not stressing out the animals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
perfect.
I know. And that's one of the things that I'm really enjoying, going to a couple of different camps and checking them out, and everywhere I've gone. I mean, you mentioned the food.
Yeah.
How good is the food?
Really
Fantastic.
good. Really good.
And the safari tents are comfortable.
They are.
And what are you hearing of a morning when you wake up sometimes?
Well, more like what you're hearing at night.
Well, I heard it early this morning.
Yeah.
And the other day you were telling me The
lions.
Yeah.
Males were going off, and the males, I think, can reach up to 107 decibels maybe in their
amazing.
call.
It
and
is.
they can be heard from 5 miles away, I think.
It's incredible.
It is. Yeah.
And people over the past, and people get concerned. They think, oh, if I come to these camps, there are lions. Well, they have electric fences around just to protect, obviously, the people, the staff, but they're all around in the wild. We can drive out of our sort of accommodation, the safari tents, and we can just go within minutes, and there'll be zebras with babies. Pumbas.
Oh, the baby zebras are so
how
sweet.
good! I know, and how good are the warthogs? As we've been calling them pumbas.
Yeah, Pumbaa's the better name for them,
They're
I find
hilarious.
now.
And some of the
British though.
I know.
Photograph.
And
you like stop, boom, they're gone with their tails up.
And for me, I don't know why, out of so many wildlife, I love the mongoose.
Oh,
I love them. And you know the three? So the dwarfed.
Yeah. We have the banded mongoose and the white-tipped mongoose. We've seen all three.
Yes.
Because we had the banded mongoose, so we were going around and they literally legged it, didn't they?
I know. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying.
Our guide Udo heard on the radio the leopard.
Yes.
And for the second time, and he said, I'm going to hit the throttle. Everyone hold on. We passed the dwarf mongoose.
I know.
And then, early morning, when there wasn't enough light, a white-tipped mongoose went straight into its burrow.
But just seeing the three of them is pretty cool.
Seeing them. I'd love to try and get a picture of them.
And another animal that I've seen every single trip, pretty much that I've, outside of Madagascar, of course, but within Africa, the continent, the mainland, is the black-backed jackal.
Oh,
Aren't they sweet?
They are
and
sweet.
They're like little pooches running. And they've got a lovely stripe.
Yeah,
and they're nearly always in pairs.
Yes, they are monogamous.
Yes.
So they will stay in pairs for life.
Yes, it's wonderful.
You're always going to see them in pairs, and they can risk each other's lives to protect one another or catch food.
Yep.
And there were two that we came across, both lying down, and the male decided to have a good old snooze and put his head on the grass.
I know.
So sweet, but the grasses, mate, if you could just snip them off.
I know.
Then we'll be perfect.
Depends where they are.
Yeah.
But we've seen a lot of couples, we've seen pairs. Pairs is the word. But do you remember the morning when the lion was crunching? It had killed a gazelle and it was crunching. And there was
you mean the cheetahs?
Was it? Well, I thought we had them both times where we had the jackals nearby.
Ah.
And so basically
we had
both
the lion in the morning, didn't we? And the cheetah in the afternoon.
And the jackals are always hanging around and they're wanting to pick up the scraps.
Yes, and the hyenas were there as well.
Yes.
And that's the time when we found a ground hornbill.
I know. Little
hornbill luck over here.
Yes. That was one of your top wish lists, wasn't it? One of the birds.
A ground hornbill, because they also like their snakes as well. And they're very curious.
Yep.
And these ones have long eyelashes.
I know. Yeah.
And the first time we saw it went past a truck.
Yep.
And then we had sort of a bum shot of it.
Yes.
Which is not always the best picture in the world.
That's right.
But I still took some because I didn't know if we'd see it again.
Nice.
Then we did on the tump. And we walked straight past.
Was it on like a mound?
Yeah, it was like what would you call it? A shrubby mound?
Yeah.
An old termite mound, maybe.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Last week when I was here, we were heading back to camp. And basically you think, it's all over.
Yeah.
We were going back a little bit early. We had some long days. And my guide said to me, look, there's a hornbill. So we stopped. And of course it's safe. There's nowhere there's leopards or cheetahs. Get out of the car. I lay on the ground just to get a shot of the hornbill. And he'd had a locust. He was throwing it in the air. And I caught it. And I got the 20 frames per second using the Nikon. We both used the same camera, the Nikon Z9.
Yes.
With wonderful lenses. So I got that as well. And you got shots of the hornbill.
Did get shots of the hornbill.
I know. And you think there are just so many. It's sensory overload in the most wonderful way.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like you do, and obviously Mum and Dad. We just feel alive. I feel privileged to be here in amongst these wildlife. And a lot of them are so relaxed. There's some are skittish, but a lot of them are relaxed. And you're there, you photograph, you stay in your vehicle.
They are set up especially for photography because they have a portal that is lower, and that means you can get your low angle shots without having to get out of the car.
Which is much better. If
Yeah,
you can
it
be at
is
eye
much
level,
better. Apart if the grass is too long or something, or the birds in the sky.
But then what do? You stand on the seat,
stand on the
boots
seat,
off,
boots off on the seat,
and they pop up. They pop up the lid,
Yeah.
the roof,
and
and then you can look
hanging out
through.
the
And we've got
roof.
bean bags,
Yes.
which they include as well, which I think's great. So they're really well set up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think Have I even moved from the lower portal so far? I think I have, and I have.
Yeah, a
been
couple
top,
of times
but
you've
not
been up.
many.
No, but we've got, and even Dad sort of held you.
Yep.
And look, one of my funniest scenes, I just thought it was hilarious. You've got the big lens, and for somebody of your stature, you're quite small.
Yeah.
You're carrying a 800 6.3
Yeah, 800 mil,
PF
6.3.
Fresnel lens, Nikon. That's
Fixed.
huge. Many guys of my stature and kind of wobble with it, and you're like holding it. But the best shot, and I took a shot, and I've got this, and it's you. They're ready, and you've got Dad's shoulder, and you're leaning on it.
Dad's
And I'm
shoulder.
thinking, Dad's good for something on the trip. It's really cool. And I think it's great because, you're all enjoying it together. You're all working together, and Mum's there in the back as well, and always getting, just video. And
Yeah.
everything
the
you're
scenes.
doing is you with your 2 camera bodies swapping, apart from your macro with your OM system. But your 2 camera bodies, 2 Z9s.
Yeah.
What's the other lens you use, the smaller lens? You've got the 800 fixed,
Yeah.
6.3 we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one?
We have the 400 mil f4.5.
Yes.
So if the animals come a bit closer, it's good to just get the full bodies.
Fantastic.
And if they come even closer, we have the Plena or Plena 135 mil f1.8 lens.
Really low light with lovely
That's perfect for low light.
bokeh.
Yeah.
Lovely blurred out.
Lovely bokeh.
I know.
Yeah. And I think there was one photographer that liked to, because you were saying about me resting camera on Dad's shoulder, or Dad's like that, and it's on. He said, you like a mobile C-stand or something like that. Or mobile monopod, I think it was.
Yeah, I know. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think the thing with lenses, and something that I've always said to my, photo tour customers, not just lenses, cameras, no matter what brand you use it to the best of its ability. You may be into photography, you may be young or new, and you may not have a lot of money. That doesn't mean you just buy what you can.
Yeah.
Learn, practice, shoot. And then if you're really into it and you save some money, get something a little bit better. But I have to say, and I'm a Nikon school tutor, back in Queensland, and I love Nikon. I mean, really, they have done wonderful things.
Nikon's great for wildlife photography.
And what I'm seeing you get as well with your amazing photography and experience using the Z9s, using the camera, the two of us, it's like a Nikon moving roadshow. And I'm just stoked. I love the gear. I love and even you've offered that I can try the 800. I haven't used that. I might have a few shots, and you can try my 180 to 600 that I'm using. Yeah. I've got the 24 to 120, which is fabulous, sort of medium range zoom.
Yes.
I didn't bring my macro just because coming from Australia, it was kind of limited on my own traveling.
Wait.
Yeah, but I think the joy as well, and for people coming along, you don't always have to just photos, even sometimes getting video. Yeah. So whether you're using a GoPro or whether you're using what's the one that Osmo?
Yeah, it's the Osmo Pocket 3.
Yes, I couldn't remember the brand. You bought that recently.
Yes.
Was that one of your prizes?
It was the prize money that
Australia Zoo. Crikey
from
competition.
the Crikey photography
fantastic.
competition. And it's just been, I find it's a tiny bit better than the GoPro because it has facial tracking.
You did that. You did it on me, and I was moving, and it was, and I'm thinking, wow, they've really come along, haven't they?
Yeah, and it's got gimbal, and it comes with a little ND filter. It's so cute. It's like a miniature ND filter. It's just, don't lose it.
Isn't that brilliant? And it's tiny. It is. It's a pocket, and it's not heavy.
Pocket 3.
Yep. It's so exciting. You want to get photos. You're here to get photos. You're here to learn from me. And when we're out on safari or out on tour. But don't forget to every so often put the camera down.
Yes.
And just enjoy it. And I remember a moment a few days ago where we had a crazy, just busy with the leopard and people around. And then we all agreed you know what, let's just go and have some quiet. And we were just on our own and we were finding things
Yep.
and it was peaceful and I loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. And that for me is my joy as well.
Yeah.
And even, hey, what about what's back apart from the insects?
Yeah.
What else you and I are planning to photograph? Which birds? Back
Okay.
at camp.
So they have quite a few species of bird actually here at the camp because they have a certain shrub here called whistling thorns.
Yes.
You told me the giraffes eat whistling thorns, but they're
Mhm.
so spiky. I wouldn't find them very appetizing.
No. But they wrap their tongue. They wrap their tongue
Oh,
and they do it. And it's like
oof.
from when they're very young, they learn.
Wow.
Imagine making mistakes when you're young. Wouldn't that be painful?
Oof. Yeah.
But they're so elegant when they do it. They know
Yeah.
what to do.
So the social weaver bird,
Yes.
hence the name, it actually weaves like a ball
Yes.
from grasses
Yep.
and sticks, and they can actually make knots with their bill.
Oh,
And
wow.
they'll use that, and they'll make knot, and they'll
Yep.
put it all together. And it's like a little hanging basket and a tiny hole for them to go in and out of.
And they're waterproof, aren't they?
Yes, they can be waterproof, but if they're a bit gappy,
Yeah.
maybe not. I'm not fully sure if they're waterproof.
I think
I'll definitely
most of
check
them,
that.
the way that, most of them do try, and they'll often line them with things. And
Yeah,
when it rains, generally, otherwise the chicks will get wet and die. So
Yeah.
generally they get away with it. And have you seen, they blow in the wind and they don't fall off.
No.
They've worked out how to attach them.
yeah.
It's really cool.
It's like they can do figure of eight knots and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
They are fascinating birds, and they
Yep.
also have purple grenadier.
Yes,
I've
that's
got
the
that
one.
name correct.
You have.
We came back from the safari.
Yep.
There were 3, 4, 5 maybe on the grass,
Nice.
nibbling on seeds
Oh,
from the
isn't that
grasses.
cool?
And I got a picture. He's like, because he couldn't reach, he was stretching up, and that means the grasses are lower. And he's like,
Yeah. But how good is it? We don't even have to go. Like we go out on safari. So what time do we leave? 5:45 in the
Yep.
morning, nice and dark. We all rug up. We go out. We come back at lunchtime.
yes,
And we have lunch. We have a breather, download photos, recharge batteries.
yeah,
But you can still photograph back at camp without
Yeah,
going
you
anywhere. And that's what I love as well. And apart from those few that you've mentioned, there are other birds and of course insects.
yes,
And I really love that. And every time you go out, and when you're speaking to Odo, our guide, and you ask the question, you said, do you ever sort of take it for granted? He said, never. He said, because this is where I was born, this is my love, this is my passion, and nature never repeats itself exactly, ever.
yeah,
And that's why I don't do studio work. I respect people that do.
yeah,
But the idea of setting up the same thing with the same lights and diffusers and the same settings with people or doing it over and over for years on end. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just not me. And the reason I got into photography is my love of nature, wildlife. And as you know, I mentioned showing family and friends,
yeah,
and it's become my career. And I guess for me too, it's, I asked myself a question 20 something years ago. And I thought, what do I want to do? And then I thought, I really want to be able to wake up in the morning and never ever say that I'm bored with my work
yeah,
and that I'm stressed, and so many people, I mean, goodness, they just go, oh my gosh, Michael, you live a charmed life. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of long hours. It's a lot of traveling, dealing with people and everything. But when I'm here, like last week, first time on my own with my own guide, this week with you guys, you and mum and dad, and I just feel blessed. It's a joy
yeah.
being here. Really, really cool.
Right, well, this has been incredible. So now I think I'm going to move on to the special Eagle Hour question,
Yes.
which is if you had £500 million, what would you do with it?
Goodness me. I absolutely. First thing I would do is I would love to buy a property somewhere in the forest, surrounded, no people, out in the wilderness with wildlife, with my wife,
Yeah,
somewhere to live. And with a lot of the money, help family and friends, of course. But honestly, the thing that I've loved, there are people out there are so many areas around the world like Borneo, like the Amazon, that are just being decimated. And there are these wonderful philanthropists who are buying back the land. And I imagine if that was my legacy and I had all that money and I had enough to live on forever. And, you know, I don't live an ostentatious life. I don't need to buy the brand new Merc and goodness knows what and have gold-plated toilet seats and taps and you know what I mean. And so for me, wouldn't that be incredible to be able to buy tracts of land where instead of being chopped with orangutans, where they kill the mothers and the babies have to go into reserves and they put palm oil to buy that land and whatever it costs. And like in the Amazon shrinking. I mean, that really would be something that you kind of would feel, okay, I've done something. The other thing is the more that I come back to Africa and I just, especially Kenya and the Mara, and you realize that a lot of the land here is owned by the Masai warriors and its families. And to be able to, and a lot of the areas they're poor, and to be able to help them as well. And to help them with sanitation, with water, with the children, with schooling. So, you know, 500 million quid, that's a lot of money. So you could do a lot. You could have a little bit to live a comfortable life, not more so just getting away from people, etc. I know my wife would love that as well. But basically, what a way. And then eventually when you're at the end of your time, you can go, okay, I've done something to help. So that's what I would do.
Yeah, that's lovely. It shows that you have a really kind heart to help the wildlife and people in need of help as well.
Look, thank you. But I also think with the wildlife as well, like the joy that I've received, the absolute amazing, the times that I've had, my work, everything has been wildlife, environment. I mean, and I do sometimes get a little bit saddened to see what's happening around the world with the devastation of the forests. And when you look at people, some of the philanthropists who are doing this, it's just fabulous and putting in place that it cannot be touched or logged. It's pretty special. There are people out there who buy land that's been cleared and they revegetate and reforest and plant millions of trees. And within 10 years, they've created this amazing haven, for wildlife, which is really cool.
It is really cool.
Yes.
And you were saying about the incredible animals that are sadly having their homes disappeared.
Yes.
So let's go into a lighter tone about the animals. What's the best experience that you've had with an animal like that?
I get asked constantly, Jamie. People know that I go all around the world and I love my wildlife. I travel, I photograph, I run tours, and it's wildlife based. There is one experience that equals nothing ever on earth in my life, and that is the gorillas, the mountain gorillas. So I've been on 6 different treks. I feel really, really fortunate with guests. And you meet in the morning and they're singing and dancing, the tribal music, and it's ecstatic, the feeling. And then you get allocated your groups. They've got trackers already there, monitoring the separate groups. And then you hike and you walk, and sometimes it's hard work, but you get an hour with them. And there's one group I'll never forget, one of the most incredible hours of my life, called the Agashu group. So basically prime ministers, presidents, kings, royalty, millionaires, that's the group they're given because it's guaranteed. The male, the silverback, with his females, all the babies. And somebody pulled out in the last minute. I was asked and I said, yes, please. 1 hour we spent with the babies walking around. They're tagging on your shorts. There was babies wrestling and playing. There was another little one on mum's back. The silverback was eating and sort of eyeball, you have to kind of look away. It was magic. And I've really said this. I told my wife, I said, if life, things happen and you knew that you basically had a few months to live, but you were able to, what is the one thing you would like to do? And I said, gorillas. I want to go again because it's a really special experience. And apart from the Masai Mara in Kenya, which, I'm looking forward to doing so much more here with tours, I am also looking at what we call an add-on in Uganda with the gorillas and the chimps.
Wow.
As well as a bird that you would love to see, the shoebill.
I'd love to see
I know.
And so would Dad. We both love
I know. So we're looking at that, but to me it's the gorillas, the mountain gorillas.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, they are definitely very interesting animals because they show dominance in very unique ways and things.
Yes.
They groom each
Absolutely.
other to strengthen bonds. It's so
Yep.
sweet. And then they do have their grumpy times as well, though, don't they?
They do, but the thing is, the silverback's there. He's protecting his group, absolutely. But when you look at them and when you see the females and even the babies jumping on the silverback, he just lets it happen because it's just, you're a baby, this is what you do. And I just laugh. I think if that was another young male, he'd be whack. He'd be gone. Yeah, so, but no, definitely the gorillas. The mountain gorillas is my favourites.
Okay, well, we had to cut for a little while because the hot sun was come around and started hitting us. So we got some nice sun umbrellas to make sure that we don't get burnt.
Thanks, Jamie. You're a legend.
You're welcome.
This is great. We're sitting here, obviously in the Mara. It's beautiful, but the sun's a bit warm.
It can be.
And yes, here we are under umbrellas. Okay.
Okay, where were we? We were talking about best experiences and gorillas.
Yes.
And you have got some incredible pictures over your time, and you've also helped other people get them as well.
Yes.
And am I right in thinking that you've also judged competitions?
I have. One of my joys has been judging photography competitions.
Oh, wow.
So
Tell us a bit more about that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So in Australia, we have the BirdLife photo competition, which is for Australian birds.
Okay.
So I judged that for 3 years in a row. And just seeing some amazing photos come in and with the other judges and working out at the end kind of which ones. And it's great to see people participate and really enjoy that experience. I was also 3 years, I judged a Nature Conservancy Australia Awards as well. That was Australian based.
Wow.
And then I was a judge for Wild Art, for the Wild Art Photographer of the Year, run by our friend Rob Reed, and also Nature TTL, which is also UK based.
Yep.
And really enjoyed that. So, and what I'm seeing, the quality of the images that are coming through, because we have the eye tracking and we have amazing lenses and lenses in low light, and there's a lot more competition. So when you get down to the end, to the pointy end, as we call it, oh, wow, the images are mind-blowing. So when I see you winning awards, like even under 14 awards and you're 9 and you're
under 18.
Under 18,
I swear some are under 21s as well.
That's pretty special. That's really good because the quality's really, really good out there. But I enjoy it. I do. I really enjoy the process.
Yeah, it is. I think it must be quite fun getting to choose, like, maybe that one, but I like the stuff about this one. Is it quite fun?
It is fun, but occasionally, like I've been on panels between 3 and 8 judges, and sometimes at the very end, we need to pick winners of certain categories and the overall winner.
Yeah.
And we're all over Australia, for example, or the UK and other countries, and we all do Zoom or similar.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it's like, well, I really love this one, but someone else says, oh, I really love, and it's like a bit of argy-bargy. You have to go back and forth and then kind of, okay, well, 3 of you like this. And in the end, we work out, there's an agreement, but people are passionate. And, when they're passionate, they really gun for the particular, the photo that they love.
Yeah.
And what about yourself? You've got some judging coming up.
Yes, it is incredibly exciting that I'm going to be able to judge the Youth Nature Wild Screen Arc Youth Nature Photography competition.
That is fantastic.
It's a mobile phone category.
Yes.
And I think I might have to judge it in Africa.
I know.
Which is very special.
It is.
Of all the places
I
I could have done it.
I know.
It decided that it had to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for that, as I'll be able to maybe agree with you with the judging.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited. I think
Fantastic.
I'm going to have lots of fun judging.
And there'll be many more, Jamie. Trust me. You'll be asked. I know this.
Hopefully.
And it'd be really cool.
Go on.
You and I on a judging panel one day. If
would be
if the planets align.
That would be absolutely
I know. It's
bonkers.
awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. It's good. It's great.
That would be crazy.
And all the comps are different, but generally with wildlife, I really like the fact that you need to provide the raw file so that way you can kind of prove that this is the shot. I haven't dodged it.
Yeah.
If AI is a big thing, of course, and I will not judge photo competitions where AI is allowed.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's completely lost, to be out there, the skill and the art of finding the wildlife, the right
Waiting.
lighting, the right conditions, the waiting, the using the gear properly, putting it all together.
Yeah.
Compared to somebody typing in something and creating an image. So I do like the fact that a lot of them, they want to see the raw file. For those people that don't know, the raw file pretty much can't be dodged with, and you can see where it's come from.
Yep.
And Jamie, do you know you're allowed to crop?
Yeah.
You're allowed to get rid of, we call them dust bunnies.
That's it.
You can change contrast, exposure. You can do noise reduction. You can do all those things. But you can't clone something in and out.
No.
And that's why I love judging wildlife.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And with some competitions, people can capture funny times that the animal has yawned or they do what I like to call the stinky face, which is a flemical response.
I know some of the comedy wildlife awards are funny.
Yeah.
And you think, how did that person capture it? But when you think of the millions of people around the world that are photographing, and photography is absolutely, it's exponential. The growth, it's getting bigger and bigger. The technology is more amazing. Phones, even phone competitions. Look at what our Samsungs and iPhones can do. It's incredible. I really love that. I really love to see that.
It is quite fascinating how the phone has upgraded so much. It's almost at the same line as proper photography.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you don't get the longer lens distance.
That's right.
And we're talking about funny experience.
Yes.
Have you come across many funny moments yourself when you're photographing or in general?
There's been a few, and I have to admit, some of I mentioned earlier with the gorillas.
Yeah.
And you see the babies acting just so silly, and you just think they're just like naughty little children, which is really, really cool. I've seen sort of animals where, they're trying to perform. I say perform. They're trying to display and then they roll over backwards but the young ones in particular are really funny. And I love here in the Masai Mara in Kenya, I love watching the pride. So let's say we go to a pride of lions.
Yeah.
And the mums are all there. There might be one male or it might be all females, like the mums and the sisters. They're all around. Yeah. And the young ones are just playing silly buggers. It's really funny. And they wrestle and they roll and they carry on. And probably one of my funniest photos, it was pouring a number of years ago when I was in Kenya. Yeah. And there was a male lion and he was there. We were just there and the rain was coming straight down. So we were able to lift up the plastic. And it was really, really funny because a young one came over and it was jumping all over Dad. And he's like, oh, get off me. And I captured that. And I just think if that was a male a little bit older or anyone else, it's like not a chance. Same with the gorillas. Really sweet, really fun to watch.
Yeah, they definitely sound fun to watch.
Yes.
Yep. I think we have come across a couple interesting moments with the animals that have been in Africa, like the stinky face.
I know.
Because the male lion went over and sniffed something on the ground and then just lifted up in the air for ages.
And what's funny for me is that from now on, if ever I hear stinky face or if ever I see a lion doing that, I will think of Jamie Smart because it just cracked me up. You were laughing so much. You were giggling. It was really cool. It was funny.
It was definitely funny.
It was good.
Yeah. And obviously it's funny, but also it's incredible seeing the behavioural side.
I know.
Because to them it is definitely not funny.
That's right. That's right.
I wonder what is funny to them.
It's hard to say.
It is.
It's hard to say. It's pretty tough, I guess, being a certain animal, just survival. And it's very natural to breed, to reproduce.
There's not many funny moments.
No.
More like stressful survival of the fittest moments.
But what I love, Jamie, is that you see the bond between mother and child, mother and calf, mother and kitten, whatever it happens, cub, it's just so beautiful. But lo and behold, let's say the big cats, lo and behold, if anybody gets nearby, the unbelievable, like, don't you come near me, they will do anything to protect them.
Yeah.
And so you're seeing this motherly love that's just so beautiful, but then you're seeing instinct kick in.
Yeah.
And there are cases, I've known many, one of my friends who comes here a lot, and he got to photograph a cheetah who decided, not a very smart move, to attack a baby giraffe, and the adults absolutely reacted. These beautiful, gentle animals, and they were kicking, they can kill it. And they surrounded it. And there was other ones came in, and it was, I just think, wow. And I see the giraffes as the gentle, they're there,
like
and
in the mornings, they were just walking.
I know, walking along and eating the leaves and totally chill. They're the Zen animal of Africa. But you try and take my young or attack my young, look out.
Okay, so it completely changes.
What about the boys? The boys,
they're wrestling with their necks.
I know. When they get to a certain age and it's time to find a girl, they just go crazy and they hit and you can hear the whacks.
Oh.
And it's like bone crunching. This is the gentle giraffe that we see walking along the plains.
Yeah, not so gentle anymore.
No, that's
It is
right.
similar to a snake species that we have in the UK.
Yes.
Britain's only venomous snake, which is the adder. A beautiful snake with diamond sort of zigzag patterning on the back. And that is actually used to look like shadows of the ferns that we have in the UK. And the males will sort of wrap themselves around like that and try and push each other to the ground.
Wow.
And the first male that goes down loses, and the other one gets the female. But if they don't watch out, a sneaky one can go behind them and get the female while they're attacking.
Oh, gosh.
So, it's survival of the fittest and smartest.
Yeah,
it is
absolutely.
definitely fascinating. So, Michael, what is next for you?
Well, as you know, I'm here. And even though I've been running the photo tours and safaris, especially across Africa for many, many years, I really have come to the realization that it just doesn't get better than the Mara.
Yeah.
So I am so incredibly excited because I am going to be running a lot of safaris here in the Mara at different seasons and at more affordable prices, going direct. We are finding locations that are just incredible. The camps, the food is divine, as you know, and last week I had the same. The accommodation is comfortable. The staff are wonderful. The guides are experienced.
Yeah.
And I'm just so looking forward to it. And my heart sings. I don't just say this, to try to sell tickets, but I love being here. And also the joy that I get that I'm there with folks, helping them with their photography. So this bucket list trip, this trip of a lifetime, I'm there, I can help them, and I experience it along the way. And for me, it doesn't get much better than that. So apart from the Masai Mara, I mentioned also earlier, of course, Uganda with the gorillas, mountain gorillas with the chimps, and like a little add-on trip there. But I'm really, really happy. And as soon as I get back, the plans are on, and I'm already, it's going to be out there very, very soon.
Oh, that's really exciting.
Yeah,
I hope
it
all
is.
goes well.
Thank you. Thanks, Jamie.
Oh, you're very welcome. Michael, thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
You're welcome.
It has just been extraordinary to talk to you about your history, animals, photography, and stories, really, about the animals that you've been meeting. It's just been incredible.
Fantastic. Lovely to have been a guest on here.
Oh, thank
Jamie,
you.
Thanks for the invite.
You're very welcome.
What a place to do it.
I know. Thank you for inviting me to this
You're welcome.
Beautiful place.
The joy in your face is worth every bit. That's great.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Well, before I end this amazing podcast, I have a couple of riddles for you to try and answer.
Okay.
And I have the riddle book down behind me.
Can I?
I can't reach. Hang on.
No, I'll get it. That's all good. We will move. We can do that one. We can do that one again. We can do that one again if you want, Jane.
The magic of TV. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is my riddle book.
Yes.
So I write the riddles myself.
Good.
I always go out in the garden for inspiration.
Yes.
I never, if I can, I try not to do it inside.
Yes.
Okay, so don't worry if you don't get them right.
That's okay. Pressure's on.
Here's the first one. So down under in Oz, flying around, is a fascinating bird, but not for its sound. He makes a dance floor to attract a mate, and the best one makes the perfect date. What am I?
Well, it could easily be the satin bowerbird.
You got it.
Hey, one
Got it
out of
one.
one.
Got it the first try.
Great.
No, I remember when I said, "Oh, look, his dance floor, wasn't it?"
Yes.
And he performed behind the bush, so we didn't see him. But I got pictures of the dance floor. So
I need to mention something which is really cool. So, obviously, my satin bowerbird was a finalist.
yes,
And little fly, obviously.
there's an
satin
ant on you again.
Oh yes, where is he? There, we'll get rid of you.
Back on the floor, please, mate.
See, this is Africa. Things happen. Insects around. The satin bowerbird. And then I hit a special landmark birthday, and I was sung "Happy Birthday" by yourself and Mum and Dad. It was really sweet. And then you painted for me for my birthday the satin bowerbird, which I have as my screen lock, on my phone, my screen.
Aww.
And it's so cool. And you're obviously a very talented artist as well. As if you're not passionate enough, knowledgeable, a good photographer, award-winning photographer. I want to tell everyone you're a really good artist as well.
Oh, thank you.
So you're welcome. Hey, another riddle.
Okay, next one.
Yes.
Right, so in Central Africa, roaming around, an animal beats its chest to make a threatening sound. My name suggests a shade of grey, and small animals could be my prey. What's that?
We're talking about the silverback.
Yes, you are.
Correct. I like how you've written your riddles. That's really cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I literally, they've got a little mud mound in the garden, and I sit on there, and I'm there with our pet cat Humbug, and I'm with a pen, and I'm writing them. And what sometimes happens is that he knocks me, tries to nudge my hand.
Yep.
Obviously, it's very affectionate for him, but I'm like this trying to write.
I've heard about on this trip. I heard about Humbug. It's been cool.
Yeah, Humbug is one of a kind.
Yes, that's good.
Oh, Michael, thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
You're very welcome. And again, thank you for the invite.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for inviting us to be able to come to the Masai Mara and see all of the animals that they have here. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thanks, Jamie.
You're very welcome. And thank you, everyone. Wasn't that just a fascinating podcast? Getting to talk to Michael about his history, photography, wildlife, and fascinating facts, as well as some incredible stories. And out of all the places we could do it, we managed to actually do it in Masai Mara, Kenya, Africa. I'm just so excited to see what other animals we might find. And I'm hoping that we might find some more beta species as well. So there's quite a few things on the bucket list to still try and see, but we've still got time as well. Don't forget to subscribe to hear more exciting podcasts just like this one. I'll see you next time.